January 13th, on this day, in 532, the Nika Riots erupted in Constantinople, a revolt against Byzantine Emperor Justinian I. The uprising, sparked by the failed execution of chariot racing supporters, left much of the city in ruins and thousands dead. It was only stopped when Empress Theodora refused to flee, persuading Justinian to take decisive action. In 1396, John of Gaunt, the Duke of Lancaster, married his third wife, Catherine Swynford, at Lincoln Cathedral. Catherine was already the mother of 4 of his children. In 1808, Salmon P. Chase, who would later serve as Secretary of the Treasury under President Abraham Lincoln and as Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, was born. In 1846, President James Polk dispatched General Zachary Taylor with 4,000 troops to the Texas border as the threat of war with Mexico intensified. In 1862, President Abraham Lincoln appointed Edwin M. Stanton as Secretary of War, a key position during the American Civil War. In 1884, Russian-born American singer Sophie Tucker, known as the last of the Red Hot Mamas, was born. In 1888, the National Geographic Society was founded in Washington, D.C., with the mission to increase and spread geographic knowledge. In 1900, Emperor Franz Joseph of Austria-Hungary declared German as the official language of the Imperial Army to combat rising Czech nationalism. In 1908, Henri Farman became the first person to fly an observed circuit of more than 1 kilometer, winning the Grand Prix d'Aviation. In 1923, Adolf Hitler publicly denounced the Weimar Republic as 5,000 stormtroopers demonstrated in Germany. In 1926, Michael Bond, the author best known for creating the Paddington Bear children's book series, was born. In 1929, jazz guitarist Joe Pass, regarded as one of the greatest jazz guitarists of the 20th century, was born. In 1931, the bridge connecting New York and New Jersey was named the George Washington Memorial Bridge. In 1937, the United States barred Americans from participating in the Spanish Civil War. In 1942, American industrialist Henry Ford patented a plastic automobile construction method. In 1943, Adolf Hitler declared a policy of total war against the Allies. In 1944, an air attack in Germany resulted in the destruction of plants and the loss of 64 U.S. aircraft. In 1945, the Red Army launched an offensive in southern Poland, advancing 25 miles through German lines. In 1955, the Chase National Bank and the Bank of Manhattan agreed to merge, forming the second largest bank in the United States. In 1958, American actress Jane Mansfield married Hungarian-American bodybuilder Mickey Hargitay at the Wayfarers Chapel in California. In 1961, actress and producer Julia Louis-Dreyfus, best known for her role in the television series Seinfeld, was born. In 1965, 2 United States planes were shot down over Laos during a combat mission. In 1968, American singer Johnny Cash recorded his iconic live album at Folsom Prison, performing in front of about 2,000 inmates. In 1968, United States officials reported shifting most air targets from North Vietnam to Laos. In 1970, Colonel Odumegwu Ojukwu fled Biafra, leaving his deputy Philip Effiong to surrender to the Nigerian army and marking the unofficial end of the Nigerian Civil War. In 1972, Bernice Guerra won an anti-discrimination case against the National Baseball Congress, allowing her to become the first woman umpire. In 1976, Sarah Caldwell became the first woman to conduct at the New York City Metropolitan Opera House, leading the orchestra in a performance of La Traviata. In 1976, Argentina expelled a British envoy during a dispute over the Falkland Islands. In 1980, the United States offered Pakistan a 2-year aid plan to counter the Soviet threat in Afghanistan. In 1982, Air Florida Flight 90, a Boeing 737, crashed into the 14th Street Bridge in Washington, D.C., then plunged into the Potomac River, killing 78 people, including 4 motorists. In 1989, the British comedy series A Bit of Fry and Laurie, starring Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, debuted on BBC One. In 1990, Douglas Wilder was sworn in as governor of Virginia, becoming the first African-American elected governor of a United States state. In 2000, Microsoft chairman Bill Gates stepped down as chief executive officer, appointing company president Steve Ballmer to the position. In 2012, the cruise ship Costa Concordia, carrying about 4,200 people, ran aground and capsized off Giglio Island, Italy, resulting in the deaths of 32 passengers. In 2021, Donald Trump became the first United States president to be impeached twice, after the House of Representatives approved an article of impeachment accusing him of incitement of insurrection following the storming of the Capitol.
Subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's events.